Hello, and thank you for choosing Lizzy as your next dealer management system. In this video, what I'm going to do is step through some of the things that we're going to be doing as we proceed in the next couple days to convert you over from your existing system into Lizzy. Now, it really isn't important whether you're coming from a paper system or whether you're coming from another business system. All of the general outline of what we're going to cover here are pretty much the same. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that it's very, very important that you follow along in the order that we have outlined in our curriculum. And the primary reason, and I guess the best way is just to give you an example, is if you were to get your price files, if we get your price files imported and you turn around immediately and start doing your inventory before we have instructed you to do so, then what's going to end up happening is when you turn around later to start putting your service tickets in, you're going to end up having to go back and adjust the inventory for every part you put on a service ticket. So our outline actually covers those types of things, and it's one of the reasons that we need to try to stick to that curriculum as much as we can. Now, the other part of this process that will help get things done and help move this along as fast as possible is to include the entire staff in the dealership. Don't just have one point man that's responsible for converting everything over and training all of the people in the staff, in the dealership. You have access to our learning center, and every single person in the dealership has access to it. So allow them to get on the internet, watch the videos for their respective departments, and allow them to learn on their own to figure out how to do things. We've tried over the years to have a point man in the dealership or in the business and try to filter all the information through them and then out to all of the employees, but that never really works that well because you have the problem of either the person doesn't really understand what they're trying to teach, maybe they're not good at teaching, or maybe they're not there when the other person has a problem. So it's better to include everybody in this process, teach everybody at the same time, and our learning center actually gives you the ability to do some of those things. So instead of having a trainer that you can only train one person or one group of people at a time, with the learning center we can actually go in and train the entire company at the same moment, as long as each one of them has a different computer to look at. So get the people together in the shop, get the people together in the parts department, and have them start watching these videos, because the more they learn and the faster they get through it, the faster we're going to be able to get you up and running on Lizzy. Now, the entire process, if you're doing the things that you need to do and we're doing the things we need to do, the entire process should take no more than 2 or 3 days. At the moment you're watching this video, our staff's probably already in the process of importing your parts list and getting your vendors set up so that you can start doing inventory, putting your service tickets in, your special orders, and those kind of things. Now, this is another example of having to fill out or take your time when you're filling out your NCR and other documentation that you give us at the very beginning of this process, because we use that paperwork to create your vendors and import your price files. So if you don't put all the vendors down, or you write the vendors in a way that we can't read them, then you're causing our staff to have to call you and hunt you down and try to get the corrected data. So try to be as diligent as possible when you're filling out the paperwork, and also elect another person in the dealership and communicate that with us, so that when we do have a problem or a question, we've got multiple people that we can contact to try to get those answers as quickly as possible. Every attempt we make to try to get the information to our staff will speed up the process of this conversion. And again, we really thank you for taking the time and choosing Lizzy for your next dealer management system, and we look forward to getting through this process, and we're going to do everything possible to make sure that it's as pleasurable as possible.